watch any Nowruz celebrations this year, you will see that Haji Firuz is still primarily shown with blackface. Despite this obviously bizarre makeup, the tradition of painting Haji Firuz's face doesn't seem to cause a lot of problems for most Iranians. In Iran, historians like Mehrdad Bahar have tried to explain away the blackface with references to ancient Iranian symbols, but his theories have little basis in history and are met with much skepticism by academics. Instead, another scholar, Jafar Shahri, presented Haji Firuz as a more contemporary addition to the Nowruz cheer, an African slave who serves an Iranian master. This version is supported by his Nowruz rhyme, in which Haji Firuz addresses his master and encourages him to hold his head up high and be jolly. The nonsensical rhyme and direct reference to his status as a slave reaffirm his role as a minstrel in Iranian society, a role that, despite the end of slavery in Iran, still persists in Nowruz celebrations today. Although many Iranians do not consider Haji Firuz beyond his brief jingle every new year, his character represents one aspect of Iran's long history of slavery. Haji Firuz, in fact, most likely has roots in the Afro-Iranian community in southern Iran. Haji Firuz's singing and dancing also has roots in what is known as Gawati, the Afro-Iranian belief that dancing has healing properties. Bandari music and southern Iranian dancing, both extremely popular throughout Iran, especially during Nowruz, also have their roots in Gawati. Despite the popularity of Bandari music, the depiction of Afro-Iranians in popular media is barely visible. The most famous portrayal of an Afro-Iranian is Bahram Beyzai's 1989 film Bashu the Little Stranger. The film follows the story of a boy who is orphaned by the Iran-Iraq War and escapes war-torn Khuzestan for safety. The neglect of Afro-Iranians by most Iranians stems from a number of factors, most of which stem from the Aryan myth. The Aryan myth effectively whitewashed Iran's history, leading many to believe that true Iranians are only light-skinned and that Iran never engaged in slavery. Beyond this, the lack of Afro-Iranian presence in media further reinforces any preconceived notions that exists about Africans in Iran, that they simply do not exist. Regardless of the reasons for the neglect, it is important to acknowledge the presence and history of the Afro-Iranian communities, not only for their sake, but with the intention of better confronting racist narratives, like the Aryan myth, that exclude so much of Iran's population.